Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to today's video. So today's video I have actually been working on for a couple of months, and I was just about to film it, and then there was spoilers that Charlotte Tilbury was going to be releasing 2 new quads for the holidays. So I wanted to wait until those quads came out before I did this video. So I did, and that is a Celestial Pearl and Cosmic Pearl, and that is what I'm going to be doing today, is ranking all of my Charlotte Tilbury quads and the 2 6 pans that she has. So I'm not going to be including the big palettes that she has that has 12 pans. None of those are going to be included. I only have 2. I have the one from last year, I think it's Bejeweled, and then Pillow Talk. So there's 2 that I do not have, but I'm not going to be including those because I think those just kind of go into a separate category. So I'm including the quads, and then I do think that the Super Nudes and the Dazzling kind of fit in the same budget. So if you're kind of looking for a quad, that's something that you would include as well. So I included those in this ranking, and yeah, so I have 20. So I actually have 18 quads and then 2 of the 6 pans, again, the Super Nudes and the Dazzling, and that is what I'm going to be ranking today. So if you're new to my channel, I am basically a middle-aged mom who works full-time and loves makeup, loves Disney, loves traveling, loves doing mom stuff. So that is what my channel is. It's pretty much all-encompassing, anything that's kind of going on at the same time. So if you are interested in any of that, please hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. As well as we're going to be doing a giveaway. So I'm going to be talking about a giveaway at the end of the video. As always, I do put timestamps below, so if you're interested in kind of skipping through, I do put timestamps. And if you want to cheat on the ranking, you can look at the timestamps below as well. And I do that because when I've used other people's rankings in order to purchase, certain items, and sometimes I go back and I don't want to have to scroll through the entire video to see how did they rank that quad or that palette. So that is why I kind of, put them below. So if you want to kind of see a thoughts on a particular quad, you can cheat below and skip right through it. Giveaway also will be at the end. And again, if you want to just skip through that, it'll be down below as well. So obviously I am a huge fan of the Charlotte Tilbury brand in general. I'm wearing, I would say, most of my makeup, if not all of my makeup, is Charlotte Tilbury today. So I'm a huge fan of the brand. I love her eyeshadows, but in particular, I love the quads and also the 6 pans. But the quads and her eyeshadows I love because it has directions. There's prime, enhance, define, smoke, pop. You know what to do with those shades. Now, obviously you can do whatever you want with them, but for someone who is beginning, it's a really great way to kind of know what you're supposed to do with each shade. So I think that's very user friendly, and that's one of the reasons why I gravitate to her quads. She used to work for Tom Ford, and I think she brought a lot of the elements over to Tom Ford into her brand, and I love the quads. I think they're very, very easy. They're also very compact. They're great to travel with. So, Tom Ford's are very bulky, but I love the size of her quads. So that is what we're gonna be going over today. So I have 20, as I mentioned. And I will say there isn't any that I don't like. I love them all. There are a couple I don't have. I don't have Uptown Girl, the blue one, Super Blue, because that was never going to be something I wanted. Uptown Girl, Rock Chick, Vintage Vamp. Those are some that I don't have. Again, I watched other reviews. I know Vintage Vamp didn't have good reviews, so I never got that one. The other 2 just aren't my color story, so I passed on those, but I have most of the quads that she has come up with. So let's go ahead and get started. And the bottom 2, now the bottom 2 I like, but they are both palette of pops. So she has these luxury palette of pops, and number 20 is going to be the Dazzling Diamonds one, and here it is. And all of these, you can tell that they are all used, and it's basically just that. It's a palette of pops. This is not, you're not going to get an entire eye look out of this, but it's a great complementary. And I take this a lot on traveling, so I do like this. I like these with the Dazzling palette and with the Super Nudes palette, but you're not going to get an entire look. So that's the reason why these are at the bottom 2. If you have a lot of the quads, you probably have the pops. However, if you get the larger palettes, you're probably not going to get that many pop shades. So maybe this is a nice complementary palette. I do like this. This is probably, I like the other one better. So this is the Dazzling Diamonds. This is going to be number 20. And then number 19 is the Luxury Palette of Pops in Pillow Talk. Now, obviously, I do label them because they all kind of look the same on the cover. Some of the packaging is different, but they all do, so I do label them so they're easy for me to find. So this is the Pillow Talk Palette of Pops. I just get more use out of this one more than the other one, probably just because it just complements the other palettes that she has. So I tend to use this a lot with Super Nudes or with the Darling palette, but I do use both of them quite a bit. But if I were to recommend them and rank them, I would rank them 19 and 20 just because you can't get a full look on your own with them, and that's why they're 19 and 20. Okay, so number 18 is going to be Golden Goddess. Now, I like this one, and again, there isn't any that I don't like. There's just some that I like more than others. This is a very cool toned palette. Very, very basic, really pretty, but again, it's pretty. I get a good look out of it, but it's just not one that I gravitate to, but I think it's a very good everyday, look palette, or you kind of want to spice it up with a little bit of shine. But it's a really pretty palette, but it's going to fall on the bottom of the list at 18. The same goes for number 17, which is Bella Sofia. And I know this was renamed something before. I forgot what it was called, but it was renamed to Bella Sofia, which I believe is her niece's. And I do like it. Again, it's a really pretty color story, but it's just very basic and very similar. So a lot of the looks, you're going to get very similar looks. You're going to get that Charlotte Tilbury look. This was the very first quad that I got, so I did really like it. I liked it a lot in the beginning. I got a lot of good use out of it, but as I've gotten more, this one has kind of fallen towards the bottom of my drawer. I still really like it, probably because I've had it for so long and it's the first one I got. That's probably why I don't use it as much anymore, because there's others that I like, but it is a very good one. And if you're looking for a good everyday, Charlotte Tilbury quad, Bella Sofia is a very good one. Now, number 16 is going to be a little bit different because this one's got some color, and that is Glamour Muse. And it's, as you can see, there's just this pop of purple. So it's a very cool tone palette, really, really pretty, but it's got that nice pop of purple. And I will tell you, it's beautiful, it's stunning. However, when I want to go for a purple look, I tend not to go to this quad. If I'm looking for a purple look, I'll go to my Natasha Denona Love palette or something from Pat McGrath. I don't think of this palette, which is why it falls to number 16. It's very pretty. If you just want a nice quad that has a pop of purple, this is a beautiful quad. I'm not even sure if this one's being sold anymore. This one might have been discontinued, I'm not sure. But again, when I think of purple, I tend to go to, and I don't do purple a lot, but if I do, I'm gonna go probably to my Natasha Denona Love palette rather than this one. So that's why this one falls to 16. The same goes for 15, which is Green Lights. So Green Lights is there. She came out with a couple quads that were specific for certain color eyes. The Green Lights one is specifically for hazel eyes. So I have blue eyes, so this one is not made for me, but it's a really pretty quad. I don't wear a lot of green eyeshadow as well. If I do, and I don't have a lot of green eyeshadow. I think the only palette that I have maybe with green eyeshadow is the ColourPop The Child. And if I were to want a green look, I would probably go for this one. So it's a really pretty, and I do like, when I do my eye looks, I do like the eye look. It's just, I don't gravitate to green. So that's the reason why this one falls to 15. Now we're at number 14, and this is the first all matte palette that is in the ranking, and it is called the Sofisticate. I believe she has 2 all matte quads, and this is a very cool tone palette. I I really enjoy this if you're going for an all matte look. Again, you can pair this up with one of the palette of pops if you did want to pop, or if you wanted a nice everyday cool tone quad, this is perfect. If I was still working, I'm working from home now. If I was still going into the office, I would probably get a lot more use out of this than I am right now. So it's a really pretty, you know, cool tone, all matte palette. So if you're looking for something for work, this is beautiful, really just blends really well. You know, you can kind of spice it up whenever you want to. So it's a really beautiful palette. But again, it's all matte. So there's nothing really special about it, but it's a good tried and true matte quad. And the second matte quad is going to be this Desert Haze quad. Now, the reason why I prefer this one over the Sofisticate is I just tend to gravitate more towards warm tones. I know cool tones are probably more right now, but I like warm tones. I always have. So this one, just obviously with my blue eyes, these type of tones make my blue eyes pop. I did have a work event, a work luncheon a couple months ago, and I wore this and I got so many compliments. I thought it was very appropriate. It was a luncheon, so I wanted an all matte look, and I got so many compliments on, you know, my eyeshadow, and this was it. It looked stunning. I think the pictures that I'm showing you are from my car on the way to that event. So really good, beautiful, you know, matte, warm toned, you know, quad. Again, just tried and true, very consistent. If you need something for work, this is a really good one. Next up is number 12, and it is Mesmerizing Maroon. And this is also one of the ones that came out for the color coordination for eyes. And I believe the maroon one was for green eyes. Again, I have blue eyes, so it makes sense that this one is a little higher than, let's say, green lights, because this was for, you know, closer to my eye color. So this is Mesmerizing Maroon. I really do like it. It's very similar to Walk of No Shame and a couple other ones that I do tend to like a little more. I don't know why. I think a lot of the ones that when I was ranking them, I noticed that the ones that I like more are the ones with special pop shades, like the shade, you know, the Define, the Smoke, those are all kind of consistent, but it's those ones that have a special pop shade are the ones that tend to rank a little higher. So I do really like the Mesmerizing Maroon, but I do like between this and like Walk of No Shame, which we'll talk about in a minute, I do like that one a little more. They're very similar, but it's very great. If you have green eyes, then this might be one you want to consider, because this is made for someone with green eyes. Now, number 11 is a little surprising to me. I thought this was going to rank higher, but when I just laid them all out, this one only ended up at 11. I do really like it, but there's others that are similar, that are very similar actually, that I like more. And it is the brand new Celestial Pearl. This is the one that just came out, one of the two that just came out for the holidays. Obviously, you can see this beautiful packaging. Now, if I just was ranking it on packaging alone, this and Cosmic Pearl would be at the top. The packaging is by far my favorite. They actually are a little thicker. Actually, let me show you. I don't know if you can see, it's just a tad thicker. So they just feel a little bit more luxurious. So this is Celestial Pearl. I actually still have the little plastic. This is Celestial Pearl. And you're not going to get a lot of depth with this palette. And if you look at my eye look today, I tend to like, you know, darker eyeshadows. Occasionally I do want something a little more, you know, just kind of glowy. But I did really like this, but it was just, it was good, not great. And if I want that glowy one, there's going to be others that I tend to gravitate towards, which are much higher on the list. This is very similar to Star Aura. And that one I do have that I ranks a lot higher. Charlotte Holdcraft has an excellent excellent video on comparing the two. So if you have Star Aura and you're thinking about getting this one, definitely watch that video first. I'll actually post a link below. And then also, if you're considering the two, Star Aura is going to rank higher, and I'll talk about that one later. I do really like this. It's really pretty. Honestly, I would get it alone just for the packaging, but I do prefer Star Aura a little more, and I can't even tell you why. I really can't. I like, they're both very, very similar, but I do like the looks I get with Star Aura more, but I don't think you need both, even though I have both. But so this was Celestial Pearl. So I won't say it was disappointing. I'm glad I have it. I love the packaging. But it was a little disappointing in the fact that it was so similar to Star Aura. So now we're in the top 10. So this is kind of the second half. And number 10 might surprise a lot of people, and that's because it is Pillow Talk. So let me open it up. Pillow Talk is stunning. It really is stunning. I love wearing this one because it's like great. You don't have to think about it. You just put it on. You just basically, if you want to do a whole Pillow Talk look, you use this, do the Pillow Talk blush, Pillow Talk lipstick, you're set. Like you have that quintessential Charlotte Tilbury look. And I do love it. It's a beautiful, but again, when I laid them all out, there was just some that I loved more. So Pillow Talk is great. I highly, highly, highly recommend this one. I think it's beautiful. You're not gonna, this shade right here is just so unique. I think you're gonna get a very unique look with this, but there's my husband and son. It's a beautiful quad, but I just, again, there's some that I love more, but it is, I do think this, if you have any sort of Charlotte Tilbury collection, this is one that I do recommend. Now, number 9 is one that I am surprised more people don't love, but again, I'm following people on YouTube, and I think YouTube, this is kind of boring for most YouTubers, and that is the Super Nudes. It's really dirty. I love this quad. It's actually not a quad. It is a 6-pan, I guess is what you would call it. This came out, I guess about a year ago, and then they had a re-release with the Super Nudes collection. I love this. Now, I've talked about when I did my Urban Decay ranking that I had originally the Urban Decay Naked 2, and it was a 6-pan, the mini one, and I used that completely up. I mean, I panned I think 3 of 6 shades, and I ended up just throwing it away when it just got to be too old. I loved that thing. This is that, but much, much better, just because the quality is much better, and you get just beautiful, beautiful looks. You can pair it with any of the palette of pops. It's just a really versatile, 6-pan. I think if you're going to get an all matte or mostly, yeah, this is pretty much mostly matte, eyeshadow from Charlotte Tilbury, and you weren't gonna, you're thinking of either getting the Sofisticate or the Desert Haze or this one, I recommend this one. I think this is more versatile. I love it. I think it's really great quality. And again, I think I disagree with pretty much every single YouTuber that's ever reviewed this, because most people didn't like it. I personally love it on an everyday basis, and I get a lot of use out of this one. Okay, number 8 is one I talked about a little bit earlier, and that is Walk of No Shame. And as I mentioned, this is very similar to Mesmerizing Maroon, but obviously it's different, but you're gonna get similar looks, but I do prefer the Walk of No Shame more. And I think it's because the color up here is very unique, which is the enhanced shade. I think it's just a very unique look. This is the quad I was wearing during the mystery box unboxing and the giveaway. I did give away this quad in that because I already had a duplicate, so I already had one. So I did give the one that came in the mystery box. I love it. It's beautiful. This is going to give me a darker, vampier look. But if I'm looking for that, I'm going to get a similar look with this and Mesmerizing Maroon, but I do prefer this one more. I think it's just personal preference. They're both beautiful. So this is Walk of No Shame, and this is number 8. Now, number 7 is the other 6-pan that I'm including, and this is the Charlotte Darling palette. So this, I believe, was half of the Starry Eyes to Hypnotize. I believe that's what this was. Basically, this was the first half of that palette. I love this palette. This was, I think, the second one I had. And honestly, if I was going to recommend getting any Charlotte Tilbury, like somebody said, I can only get one Charlotte Tilbury quad or 6-pan, what do I get? This is where I would start. This is the one, and I would recommend this over Pillow Talk because I think this is more versatile. If on Charlotte's YouTube channel, she has a whole tutorial on how to use this and how she uses this 6-pan, and I've followed that a couple times, and you get the classic Charlotte Tilbury eye look. So this is Charlotte Darling, and I think this is just a beautiful. Now, you're not going to get the pop shades. You don't get the pop shades in this. So that's the only thing that you're lacking. Just like with the larger ones, you don't get the pop shades. I don't think. Yeah, they're all prime, enhance, and smoke, prime, enhance, and smoke. So you don't get the pop shades. However, if you have the palette of pops, you can use that, or you can use a pop shade from another palette, or you don't even need a pop shade. You know, if you're using this, you probably don't even need a pop shade. So I do recommend this. I think this is a beautiful everyday palette, as well as something that you could add a pop to it from something else and make it more of an evening palette as well. Okay, so number 6 is going to be Queen of Glow. So here it is. This is really a stunning palette, and I believe that Morgan Turner rated this number 1 when she did her ranking, I guess probably over a year ago now. But I love this. I actually bought this quad after watching hers because she loved it so much. You get a lot of depth because of the dark, I guess, is it smoke shade? Yeah, you get a lot of depth because of this smoke shade. The pop shade is beautiful. You've got this gold shade, really pretty. You know, you can kind of go light, you can go dark, you can, really dress this up. I think this is just a beautiful, beautiful quad, and it really does, like Queen of Glow, it does make, the next couple ones, when I do my eyes, anytime with any of these, I can't stop looking at my eyeshadow. So that's a good eyeshadow quad. And this is one of them, Queen of Glow, and this I believe is number 6. So now we're getting into the top 5, and I would say my top 6 are probably like the greatest ones. Those are the ones, and like I just said with Queen of Glow, these are the ones that when I do my eye makeup, I look at my eye makeup a lot. It takes my breath away sometimes. And I would say top 5, but the 6 you would also include Queen of Glow. But number 5 is going to be the Exagger Eyes. Now this is one that you're not going to get a lot of depth. You're not going to get, it's supposed to be a light look. It is supposed to, you're supposed to pair it with, dark eyeliner and either lashes or dark mascara. And, but I've used this and it makes my eyes pop. Like this is one of the ones, again, where I'll do my makeup and then I'll go outside, or I'll be in my car and I'll look at my, look at my makeup in the rear view mirror, and I'm like, wow, like it looks beautiful, especially when the sun hits it. So Exagger Eyes, really great. Again, just a beautiful, beautiful quad, and this is number 5. So my top 4 was a little difficult. For the most part, I kind of knew where they were going to land, but I would say one is the clear winner, but 2, 3, and 4 could probably be interchangeable on any given day, or just how I'm feeling. So number 4 is going to be Star Aura. Again, this I believe came out last holiday, and they came out with 3 of them. I only got this one. This is the Flawless Eye Filter, and they came out with 3 versions of this. The only one I got was Star Aura because pretty much everybody said this one was the best. So I never tried the other 2. I don't even remember what they're called. I don't even know if they're still sold. Star Aura, it was the one I got, and I absolutely love it. Again, you're not going to get a lot of depth with this. This is one that's just going to make your eyes glow, but it's going to just, again, it's one that when I put it on, even when I put it on at home in the lights, I don't really notice it until I go outside. And again, I remember putting this on recently, and I put it on and my husband was like, oh wow, I really like your eyeshadow. So you don't get that. When you get that from your husband, that's a good eyeshadow. So Star Aura, and again with Celestial Pearl, this one I find very, very similar to Celestial Pearl, but I love my eye look so much more with this one. I just think this one, to me, it's more flattering than the Celestial Pearl for me. So I don't know, you may feel differently. Take a look at that Charlotte Hallcraft video because I think it's very, very good as far as comparing the 2 and giving the pros and cons of each. But my number 4 is Star Aura. Number 3 is the quad that was made for someone with blue eyes. So it's no surprise that this one is top of my list, and it is Copper Charge. So Copper Charge, obviously, as I mentioned, I personally love warm tones. I also think copper eyeshadow looks great with my blue eyes. It makes my blue eyes pop. So it's no surprise that I love this quad. I wore this one when I went to Disney World with just my son and I, and I got so many compliments on my eyeshadow. People in pictures were asking, you know, what eyeshadow are you wearing? You know, they loved it. So it was this one. It was the Copper Charge from Charlotte Tilbury. I think this was the only one I brought with me because it was a very quick up and down trip. So Copper Charge, this is the one of the color stories that is made for someone with blue eyes. I absolutely love it. I just can't say enough about it. It's just, it really makes, if you have blue eyes, get Copper Charge because it is going to make your blue eyes pop. So number 2 is what I'm wearing today, and it's also her newest quad, and it is the brand new Cosmic Pearl. So I ordered these at the same time with Celestial Pearl, and honestly, if you had asked me which one I was going to like more, I probably would have said Celestial Pearl. This shade right here is the, I guess it's the smoke, no, it's the Define shade, or no, it's the smoke shade. It's just beautiful. Like, it is just a stunning, stunning quad. I used it a little differently today. You can kind of see my eye look. I just love this. The first time I put it on, I was just blown away. I think it's so beautiful. You can get a lot of depth with this quad, and it's just beautiful. I think you could wear it during the day. It's not, you know, dramatic enough that you can wear it during the day. You could tone it down, or you could definitely make it for night. You could add a pop shade and add a little bit, you know, more sparkle to it. But this one doesn't have a pop shade, so that's the only thing it doesn't have. It has a prime, enhance, smoke, and define. But again, I love it. It's gorgeous. It's just beautiful. I love the packaging. I love everything about this. I think this is the one that's going to be limited edition, and I would pick this one up. I would not sleep on this one. And finally, the number 1, and I hesitate putting this one at number 1 because you can't get it, but it is the one that is on everyone's list as far as number 1, and it is Fire Rose. This was the limited edition holiday palette from last year. There were rumors that it was going to come back, but it has been discontinued. It is not coming back, and it is stunning. Like, the quality of this quad is amazing. I had to order mine from the UK because it had sold out in the US. I thought it was coming back, and then there was word that it wasn't. I was able to get it, paid a fortune in shipping it, but it's such a soft, formula that it actually broke twice. So this is the third one I got because the two that I did receive were broken by the time I got them. So they're very, very fragile shades, and I think that might be the reason why it never came back. But I take very good care of it. The pictures that I'm showing you are from when I went to the Mrs. Universe pageant. I did a very bold eye look. I think, a halo look with this. It's absolutely stunning. This, I guess it's the Super Pop shade is what it's called. I think it was called. I can't see. I'm 45. I can barely see, but this shade right here is absolutely incredible. But all of them together are amazing. I wish she would come and bring this back, you know, to a permanent on her collection, because it really is such a stunning quad. But I think it's gone forever, but I'm so glad I have it. So my number one is going to be Fire Rose. So with that, that is my ranking of all my Charlotte Tilbury quads and 2 6 pans. So that is the complete list. Again, I love every single one. I don't plan on decluttering my collection. I love every single one. I get use of every single one. But the ones in the top 6 are definitely my absolute favorites. And you know, I think it just depends on what you're looking for and what your needs are. But those are the ones that I kind of, again, the top 6 are the ones that always kind of take my breath away. Now, as far as the giveaway, we're going to talk about the giveaway. And since I can't get my hands on a Fire Rose quad, I will be giving away the brand new luxury palette of pearls in Cosmic Pearl. This is the one that I ranked as number 2 and is also limited edition. So that is the one that I will be giving away for this video. And all you need to do is make sure you're subscribed to my channel and then post a comment below which is your favorite quad or which quad are you looking to buy. So it doesn't have to be, you know, specific, but which is your favorite or which is the one that you most want. And then leave that as a comment below. And then as well as if you wanted an extra entry, I'm going to be posting a picture on my Instagram, and just go ahead and post, like that post and comment below. That's an extra bonus entry. So you do need to post a comment below and like this video and subscribe to my channel. A bonus entry will be on Instagram, and it will be just kind of liking and posting that. And then if you want another bonus entry, you can share the giveaway. So share the giveaway with a friend, tag a friend in the Instagram post, or share it to your stories, and that will be anybody you tag or any shares will be an extra entry. So it's going to run 2 weeks from the date that this goes up. I will post the date that it will end in the description box below. I don't know exactly when this is going to go up. So it will be 2 weeks from the date of this video, and then I will be doing the drawing. I always post the video of me drawing. I use Comment Picker, and it's a random picker, so I always post the video of me doing it on my Instagram stories and then tag the person. So, and then I'll always comment below their comment so that they know. So I try and give as many ways to let everybody know who won, and then also show how it's picked so that you know that it was fair and square, because I want to make sure. I am trying to run a lot of giveaways. I am trying to build up my channel. So that is the reason why I'm doing a lot of giveaways. These are all giveaways that I pay for myself. This is not sponsored by Charlotte Tilbury. This is not sponsored by Instagram or YouTube or anybody. This is just me trying to build my subscription family and build my channel, because I am fairly new to YouTube. So with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.